You can't see it because it's on my right ear, so I'm going to move this over. It's a Bluetooth headset. See that? Very tiny little thing. I'm going to move it over to my left ear so that then you can see it. Normally I wear it on my right ear, but this thing, you can't see it because of where the camera is. And anyway, here it is on my left ear. All I had to do was just adjust the ear loop. And this thing is made by a company called Aliph, A-L-I-P-H. This is, I think, their newest model. It's called the Jawbone2, the second version of their original version called the Jawbone. Since then, they've made a couple of ones called the Jawbone Prime, Jawbone Icon, and they were all based on the same sort of technology that was in the Jawbone, so it wasn't a big deal. It was just smaller. This is the Jawbone2, though, and it uses, excuse me, I think a new version of their what they call the Noise Assassin software. And it just works really, really well. I used to have a Motorola H680, I think it was, and it was okay. I mean, it achieved what I thought I wanted mostly out of it, which is to stop me from having to hold my phone in my hand, and I could continue driving and not have to break the law. So, you know, the Motorola I had wasn't so bad. At least I didn't have to hold the phone. Made it convenient when I was at home and I was working on my computer. But people would complain that it had a choppy sound, that basically they couldn't understand what I was saying. And if I was in the car with the windows open, forget it. I'd have to roll them up, turn on the air conditioner and so forth. And even then it wasn't very good. This thing, though, is amazing because it doesn't actually work on the same idea that there's a speaker for your ear and a microphone for your mouth, and good luck if that microphone isn't sensitive enough to pick up your mouth noises because you're in a hurricane. What this thing does, it actually has this, here, let me take it out for you. See that little white button on there? What that does, it's actually designed to touch your face as it sits. And as it touches your face, what it's doing is it's not working like a traditional microphone where it's picking up your sounds via sound waves. It's picking up the vibrations off your cheekbone, off your jawbone. That's why it's called a jawbone. It's called a Jawbone2. And it's picking up those vibrations, so there is much less that can interfere with the sound, because if it's not being vibrated into the actual noise sensor or the sound sensor, then it's not going to be recorded or not going to be transmitted. And it's really great. I mean, I've tried it by making phone calls to my answering machine at home. When I was in the car with the windows up, completely up, no problem. Sounded like I had the iPhone in my hand, up to my face. I've done it with the passenger side window, no problem. Sounds this good. I've done it also too. Now, normally, remember, I wear it on my right ear, so when the my driver's side window is open, it's really close to the wind noise, and it was okay. It was tolerable. And I actually stuck my head out the window to see how bad it would get. Once I stuck my head out the window and I was driving at speed, yeah, it was pretty bad. But why would I ever do that, right? Unless, again, I was in a tornado or a windstorm. And I go home and I listen to these messages, and they're just fantastic. They sound really good. This thing works really well with the iPhone, pairs immediately. iPhone sees it right away. And people do complain that the buttons aren't set in the best place. But personally, you know, I think a lot of people's complaints are about the fact that, well, you know, the LED is right under where you're supposed to push the button, and I can't see the LED when I'm pushing the button. It has a noise, it has a sound feedback system, so then you don't have to look at the LED to do it. You actually keep it in your ear to turn it on and off. And it works just as well. Personally, I think there's not that much to complain about. And even if that was true, you just try to get used to it, you know. I think those people are just complaining for the sake of complaining. The Noise Assassin system works really well. In the box, you get like 3 extra ear loops, couple of extra earbuds. People say that if your ears are too big, your ear canal, your ear hole is too big for this, you should buy some Jabra ear gels for it. You can see this on Amazon.com. I have no problem. I have a smaller size head, and I just love this thing. It works so well. So if you're looking for a Bluetooth headset for your phone, can't lose with this. The biggest deal maker is that normally this thing is sold for about 20,000 yen in Japan, but if you order it from some places in America, one of them being sometimes Amazon, there are other places too, you can get it for a little $40. Now this is probably refurbished. and to me it looks brand new, but some people, when they get the refurbished ones, you can still see that somebody had used, it's got fingerprints on it, maybe scratches, so buyer beware. However, you can get it for as little as 10,000 yen in Japan, or as much as $80 in America. You figure it out. Personally, I think 20,000 yen is a little much for it, although it is probably the best of the best out there, so it can fetch that price because it's the best one. However, at 10,000 yen, if you buy it in Japan and you get a local warranty with it and everything, it might be worth it for you. But if you can order online in English, I'd say definitely buy it off Amazon.com. Order a few things with it so you can split up some of the shipping costs, and I think you'll be really happy with it. Jawbone2 by Aliph, A-L-I-P-H.